Hi Matfus, I'm Ayunada Muhammad Ardi. News today is about the world around you in Canada. Right now, I'm with our reporter Hazika in Canada. Hazika, how about weather there? And please tell us about Canada.
Thank you so much, Ayu. The weather here is very good. The atmosphere was very calm. As we can see, Canada is a nation on a country profile of the second largest country in the world. The border with its neighbor to the south runs mainly along the 45 parallel north. Canada shares maritime borders with Greenland, Denmark's autonomous region, and with Saint-Pierre and Leclerc, France's small island territory. There are 13 sub-national divisions, 10 provinces, and 3 territories in Canada. Canada was a part of colonial North America for a long time. Canada was divided into many religious areas with a wide variety of natural ecosystem provided by its landscape. The largest geographical area, the Canadian Shield, covers half the country and focuses on the Hudson Bay. Canada has a population of 38 million. English and French are their spoken language. Canada is a land of large distances and abundant natural resources in 1867. Although maintaining ties to the British Crown, it became a self-governing dominant. Canada has grown economically and technologically parallel to the US. Canada strives to grow its diverse energy resource while upholding its environmental commitment. That's all from me. We're back to Ayunadi.
Thank you, Hazika. So let's go to our next reporter, which is Bila. Bila, how about the legal and the political in Canada?
Thank you, Ayu. I am Nurabila Iza will explain about legal and political of fashion business in Canada. Business in the increasingly global fashion industry also face challenges on an international scale. Fashion design, trademark infringement, and brand management. In the modern economy, the importance of a brand cannot be understated, and for many businesses, their trademark can be one of the most valuable assets of the company. Luxury goods, counterfeitings, and grey market goods. With the large growing global personal luxury goods market and the advance of online retailing and e-commerce, the makers of luxury goods are faced with new challenges to preserve their intellectual property rights. Fashion Design and the Industrial Design Act. For many designers, their work cannot be adequately protected by copyright law, and their design may not be eligible for a patent. The Industrial Design Act. Under the Industrial Design Act, fashion designers can register their original design, such as patent on an item or clothing or a decoration on an accessory with the Canadian Intellectual Property Office. Okay, that's all for legal and political.
Thank you, Bila. Let's go to the Hazika. Can you tell us about the culture there?
Thank you again, Ayu. I will share a little bit about Canadian culture and society. First, culture of family. Most households in Canada were run by married couples until the middle of the 20th century. But by 2010, the statistic has significantly decreased due to an increasing number of couples choosing to cohabit rather than marry. As married couples, these couples enjoy the same rights and responsibilities. Same-sex marriage became legal in 2005, giving couples the same marriage and common law union right. Family trends have also changed in the last 30 years, with more than 70% of women working outside the home, with more men taking part in household chores, childcare, and meal preparation. This has led to greater domestic equality. For social stratification, Canada has enormous regional differences, including ethnic diversity, which complicates a coherent sense of social stratification as a geographically vast country. Economic growth and prosperity is the central provinces is reflected in higher wages and greater class equality. With many leaving school before the completion of secondary education, class separation is further reflected less educational inclusion in this region. For the gender, there is no recognized gender-related exclusion in the workplace. The equality process moves slowly and there is still some bias. Both men and women can both participate political life and with preserved equal status and enter government. Over the past few decades, the role of men and women in the home has significantly changed. with more men sharing childcare and household chores. For the socialization, children are required by statute to attend school from 6 to 16 years of age. Children focuses on teaching children acceptable social expectation and behavior management. Parents can be held financially liable for their conduct. Children under the age of 12 cannot be charged with a criminal offense. For economy, Canada is one of the richest nations in the world as member of the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development Group. Canada manufactures and exports various commodities including natural forest products, vehicle, oil and minerals, and manufactured goods. Canada GDP increased by 3.1% in the first quarter of 2018. For food, Canada has a rich agriculture and farming heritage, producing food and animal products. Traditionally, most families have 3 meals a day, which includes breakfast, lunch, and the main meal of the day dinner, which is eating in the evening. Popular foods in Canada include portion which originates from Quebec and consists of French fries and cheese topped with brown gravy. Maple syrup is also a great favorite along with donut, butter, and pancake. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Hazika. Let's go to our next reporter, Faiza. Faiza, how about the demographic factor and the population?
Thank you to Ayu Nadia. I'm Nur Faiza and I want to talk about demographic factor and population in Canada. Age is one of the demographic factors. As we can see in this pie chart, the consumer aged 25 until 34 years with 26% are more likely to shop compared to the other age. Younger consumers are more influenced by fashion. They like to try new products, prefer well-known brands, and less price sensitive. Next is gender. By looking at this bar chart, females are shown to be more engaged in the shopping and fashion product. Regardless of real discount, they prefer to invest and find media with the most recent fashions. They are too aware of new fashions, so we expect that females are more interested in fashion than male. For income level, as we can see here, high-income consumers like to spend more in clothing and fashion-related items. Low-income consumers tend to save buyer. It can conclude that high-income consumers are more concerned about fashion. Okay, now let's move to the population in Canada. Canada ranked 39 in the list of countries by population. By 2020, it is estimated that there are 37,917,721 Canadians, comprising about 0.48% of the world's total population. Being the second largest by total area, the wide majority of the country is rurally inhabited with most of its population in thought, and more than half of the Canadians living in just 2 provinces, which is Ontario and Quebec. Even if Canada is one of the world's largest countries in terms of land area, Canada's residents then live in cities where there are more opportunities to work and play. In 2020, 81.3% of Canada's population is urban with 30,617,064 residents. As these cities attract young people, these leave less of them in rural areas who stay. Canada has 25,000 retail and wholesale fashion companies. The number of people that employ in fashion companies is 44,500 people. Around 34,500 people are employed in production and the other 10 people are employed in administration of manufacturing fashion goods. Okay, that's all from me.
Thank you, Faiza. Next we go to our main industry, which is manufacturing. Canada used a modern economy milestone in manufacturing, nearly $174 billion. 10% is the GDP of this country. Once this sector can be modernized, it can be made per se to be more innovative and highly technologically advanced. With the presence of the manufacturing community that needs the enthusiasm, can gather industry group to grow in the areas of skills, technology, and knowledge. Every Canadian manufacturer has prepared and compete that can use a new magnet for new young people who have ambition, who want to be part of this industry. To be more specific, our manufacturing is about the fashion. The major and organization involved in manufacture of the fashion and clothing accessories include the place where the knitting clothes from the yarn as well as even making clothes from the knit fabric. The development of a new clothing product has been an important contributor to the advancement of technical textile. Economic view, we can see in 2011 and 2015, the garment manufacturing industry showed negative growth in GDP and shipment. Thus, import clothes continue to be remembered and the value of our garment made from the Canada continues to decline. Furthermore, the number of the company contract about 12%, which is 199 companies in the year between 2010 and 2014. About 20,000 employees were recruited to work in the sector in 2015. Next, the term we can see in fashion industry is there are several large companies that have produced their clothing. To stay competitive in the global market, leading Canadian garment manufacturers are using new technologies and automation across the supply chain. Next is other industry. First is textile. A textile is a versatile material created by the development of an interlocking network of yarns or threads produced by the spinning raw fibers from the natural or synthetic source into the long twist length. Textiles are created by spinning, knitting, crocheting, knotting, tapping, felting, bonding, or the braiding these yarn together. Number 2 is the clothing. Canada is one of the biggest fashion market in the world. Like other development nations, apparel sold in Canada is a mainly manufacturer, rendering the country a major business target for the supplier, wholesaler, luxury brand, and retailer from across the globe. Among the popular clothes in Canada are their favorite check shirts and also the Canada tuxedo. Next, we have again with our brother, which is Bilah. Bilah, can you tell us about the resources?
Alright, thank you Ayu. This time I will explain about resources of fashion. Clothes today are made from a wide range of different materials. Traditional materials such as cotton, linen, and leather are still sourced from plants and animals. But most clothes are more likely to be made of material and chemical derived from fossil fuel-based crude oil. The source of synthetic fibers and fabrics is the fossil fuel crude oil. It is estimated that 65% of all fibers used in the fashion industry are made from a synthetic material. Cotton is one of the oldest used fibers and the most important non-food crop in the world. Currently, cotton makes up around 21% of all fiber used globally, about 21 million tons, but its share of the market is declining due to competition from synthetic alternatives. Wool, animal fiber forming the protective covering or fleece of sheep or of other hairy animals such as goats and mammals. Made primarily of a protein called fibrin, silk is known for its shine and softness as a material. Leather is the end product of tanning the rawhide of an animal to make it durable and yet very flexible. Okay, that's all from me.
Thank you, Bilal. So right now we have the another reporter, which is Iza. Iza, can you tell us about the potential business in Canada and tell us about the opportunities and threats?
Thank you, Miss Ayu Nadia at the studio. Assalamualaikum, I'm Nurul Izzah binti Sabarian. Today I'm here at Quebec, Canada. Potential business in Canada, based on the culture of Canadian that we have seen, we decide to open a business in manufacturing industry. We would like to open boutique in Quebec. This is because Quebec is Canada's second most popular province, so that it can attract people in Quebec to come our boutique. Fashion is an industry built on creativity and protecting the what that is produced is extremely important. We decide to open manufacturing business because we have enough sewing experience that we can capitalize on our sewing skill by providing garment and fabric alteration service from our home. We also have many sewing exercises that can design and making clothes for our customer. The opportunity for our business is because they are now selling goods online, no longer just selling in physical store. Therefore, this can expand the customer chance of buying my product because my product can be marketed not only they have to go to my store to buy, but they can buy online wherever they are. For example, we can sell on Instagram, Facebook, and so on. They can also shop for 24 hours to choose what course they want. This causes me to increase sales due to the existence of new technology. Next is because we open our bicycle store in the city. It can attract customers to visit our store. This is because we also care about the appearance of our store so that it can attract customers to enter our store. In the city, the number of people in the city is actually higher than in the rural area. In addition, people in their city have more people who have higher income and they care about the fashion in themselves. Therefore, they do not mind to buy fashionable clothes even though the price is quite expensive. The threat for our business is about cost of raw material. Cotton, silk, wool and leather all need to be farmed and they take time, work and money. They may all be farmed differently, but all the process have one thing in common: fresh water. As a raw material, there is an abundance of water on the planet, but fresh water is a different story. 97.5% of the water is undrinkable, which leaves only a small amount for everything we use it for. The fashion industry have evolved using a linear model when it comes to raw materials, often expressed as take, make, and waste. However, as it's becoming particularly clear, some of the resources fashion retailers open to create is good are finite. Most criteria which is fresh water. Dyeing and treatment process use vast amount of water to make a pair of jeans and t-shirt take 20,000 liters according to WWF. Over 70% of the water usage in the agriculture of cotton, which is among the fabric with the highest environmental impact along with silk, wool, and leather. A magazine and company report titled Charting Our Water Future predict the water consumption need will outstrip supply by 40% in 2030. In addition to the cost implication of water becoming increasingly scarce and its cost becoming more regulated, a business model can operate on the single use of raw material is now believed to be untenable long term. Products used and discarded by consumers are too valuable to lost to landfill or incineration. Unless technology can more efficiently recycle used garments and collect enough material, current consumption rates are sustainable. Next is the new entrants. The capacity of existing companies to make a profit is significantly affected by new entrants. When new competitors enter into industry offering the same product or service, a company's competitive position will be at risk. Therefore, the entry of new entrants refers to the ability of new company to enter into an industry. The competitive environment of existing competitors is influenced by new entrants and affects the capacity of existing firms to achieve profitability. A high rate of entry, for example, means the new entrants are likely to be exposed to the industry earnings and can enter the industry with ease. New entrants entering the marketplace may either challenge or reduce existing competitors' market share and profitability and can result in change in existing product quality or price levels.
Thank you, Isa, for the information. I think that's our news for today. Thank you and goodbye.